I'm on a mission to build the cleanest desk setup in the world, but it's not as simple as you may first think. This is my current desk setup and it's pretty extreme. Multiple monitors, camera switches, speakers, audio interfaces, and a hybrid PC and Mac setup. It looks super cool, but the cable management is a mess. And that's even after hours of me trying. Somehow, we have to simplify this over-the-top desk setup that I am using and get it to fit onto a single sit-standing desk. However, this presents a lot of problems. If the items on my desk are too heavy, the motors on the sit-stand desk simply won't be able to lift due to the extreme weight. So sacrifices are going to have to be made. I bought one of the cheapest sit-stand desks that I could find on Amazon, as I was not sure how much I would use the sit-stand feature, as things like this can often be easily overhyped. Construction was very easy. There were very few parts that needed to be built, and the instructions were super easy to follow. To be clear, FlexiSpot did not send me this desk for free. They did email me last year offering a free desk, but I chose to buy one months later with my own money so I could be as honest as possible. We can now move on to attaching our worktop. Now this is where it's going to get pretty tricky. I've chosen to use an IKEA kitchen worktop for this desk, so there's no pre-drilled holes, and we're going to have to drill those ourselves and make sure we measure everything individually so it's super accurate. I chose an IKEA kitchen worktop as I like having a big desk space to work on, and for the price it was much higher quality than the ones included from FlexiSpot. This fake oak kitchen top was only £70 and it looks fantastic, making the desk feel way more premium. As there are no pre-drilled holes on the IKEA worktop for the FlexiSpot, this required a lot of patience and accuracy to get right. Drilling the holes myself and measuring to make sure it was square and straight. Upon completion, deconstruction began of my old desk, and I made the tough decision to stop using my 48-inch LG OLED TV as my secondary monitor. My original grand plan was to use the brand new LG C2 42-inch as my primary and only monitor on this new setup. I even tried this out for a few weeks, however, there were way too many issues with the TV and it just did not work out as I expected. Just like with a lot of things that are yet to happen in this video. I also took this opportunity to clean out all of the old product boxes and things that I no longer needed. I then chose to repaint the walls to remove some of the marks that had accumulated over the last year. I ended up completing the first version of this desk setup within a few days. I cable managed it, bought a bunch of accessories, and then realized a fatal flaw in the design. Working inside a dark black room just was not very enjoyable, and I much preferred a bright environment. A white room makes me feel so much better and more productive, so I decided to change my plan once again. I switched rooms, purchased these cool tiles from Amazon to make the walls more exciting, and started all over, knowing this time that I would definitely get it right. Over the last year, my favorite monitor has definitely been the Samsung Odyssey Neo G9. I love its futuristic look and how practical it is with the multitasking features and its insane field of view when you're gaming. So after the disappointment of the LG C2, I decided to go back to using this as my main monitor once again. My plan was to put this onto a monitor arm, as that's what all the cool kids do that have YouTube desk setup tours. Monitor arms are clean, minimal, and also practical. However, unfortunately, due to the monitor's weight, a cheap affordable arm could not handle this display, so I had to purchase this extremely overpriced one that could. This was an unexpected cost that was devastating to my bank account. I am pleased to say though that this monitor arm does look great and works very well whilst also matching the white aesthetic of the rest of the build. When you've built your own desk setups, I'm sure you've experienced that cable management is always a challenge, but it is made much harder when you have a desk that moves up and down. Cables cannot be too tight as they need to be slack to accommodate for the constant change in height. One of my favorite desk accessories of all time is the IKEA Signum. These are great for cable management and stopping cables from dangling around and dropping onto the floor. You can grab all of your cables and throw them into an IKEA Signum. It's super quick and easy. Just like in version 1 of this desk setup, I have also attached a power extension to the underbelly of the desk worktop to try and keep as many power cables as possible inside of the IKEA Signum. This will hopefully result in a single cable dropping from the desk, just like we achieved in the darker room. And for a sit-stand desk, this is probably going to be the best case scenario for cable management. I have also purchased a bunch of different cable clips that we can stick under the desk to feed cables through, keeping things orderly. Now for the gaming PC, I had a big plan to rebuild it inside of the brand new NZXT H1 version 2. Now it's no longer burning down people's houses. The main reason for this is because this small ITX case can fit on top of the desk, which would then reduce the amount of cables that are being ran down onto the floor, keeping this desk setup even cleaner. But unfortunately, I'm still waiting for some components to arrive and I haven't been able to do this, so make sure you like and subscribe so you can catch a future update on how this turns out. Because I am a musician, I have always had a huge obsession about audio quality, also an obsession for buying guitars. But more importantly, I have to have audio that is accurate. It is so important for music production, and now thanks to YouTube, also video editing. I've owned these Yamaha HS5 since I was 12 years old. That is now 10 years. I love how they sound, and I've learned how to work with them over the years to create great music. However, a massive issue is that they create a lot of cable mess, they don't look very nice on your desk, and also because of this Samsung monitor being so wide, it blocks the speaker cones, defeating the purpose of having accurate speaker monitors. So to try and streamline things, I decided to go out and purchase a Sonos Beam 2 soundbar. This is going to be great for gaming, something that I intend to do a lot of on this desk setup, and it will be more than good enough for editing my YouTube videos. So this Sonos soundbar only supports HDMI out for the audio, which means your monitor or your television should really support ARC or eARC, but luckily inside of the box it comes with this little adapter that converts the HDMI into an optical cable, so that can plug into the rear of my PC, and this should work correctly. But so far, while setting this up, this soundbar looks so much tidier on the desk, and I understand that it's nowhere near going to be as accurate as the music production speakers, but for video editing and also gaming, it's going to be perfection. I also chose to purchase this in white to keep it on theme with everything else in this setup. I also took the opportunity of having a brand new desk setup to purchase some new accessories. I'm still using the same keyboard that I've used for the past 12 months, which is the Logitech MX Master 3 and the MX Keys. This is a great keyboard and mouse combo because you can connect it to multiple devices, which is ideal for when I'm working on my Mac Mini and then want to switch over to my Windows PC. After many years of wanting a Shure SM7B, I finally purchased one of these microphones, so I can record voiceovers just like this sat at my desk, as well as maybe do some live streaming as the channel grows in the future. On the topic of live streaming, I've also purchased a bunch of Elgato products, including their mic arm as well as their Stream Deck XL, which I can use for switching my cameras when I'm filming YouTube videos and online courses. Looking at the final results, I can confidently say that we have created the cleanest desk setup possible. There isn't a single cable in sight, and comparing it to my previous setup, we have removed all of the unnecessary equipment and accessories. Streamlining my desk has been one of the best things I have ever done. It is more simple to use, less things go wrong, and it's a more fun environment to be productive within because there's no clutter filling up all of your headspace. After many months of using this desk setup, I want to provide with you my verdict of using a sit-stand desk. Now, the FlexiSpot, considering how cost affordable this is, I don't really have too many issues with it. It's not too loud when it goes up and down. It goes up and down in a relatively quick speed, even though we do have quite a lot of weight because of this monitor on here, and I do use it quite a lot. When I'm working sat down and you start to get a bit of pain in your back, you can click the button, it goes up, and then you can continue working without needing to take as many breaks where you would walk around the office, because you can sort of do that while you're still working. So it has definitely increased productivity, and I wouldn't really say that it is overhyped as I was first expecting it to potentially be. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you want to see another desk setup that's more affordable, make sure you check out this video next, where we build an Xbox Series S gaming setup.